Viking raids were daring escapades that changed the course of European history. From the 8th to the 11th century, the Vikings of Scandinavia launched a series of attacks on various regions of Europe, plundering, colonizing, and trading. Viking raids were not random or spontaneous attacks, but carefully planned and organized expeditions. The Vikings had a sophisticated system of communication and intelligence that allowed them to target vulnerable and wealthy sites across Europe. Only the bravest and most skilled warriors were chosen to join a raiding party. The leader of the raid was usually a powerful chieftain or king who had the authority and resources to assemble a fleet of ships and men. The leader would announce his intention to go on a raid at a local assembly called a thing. The term thing is also where the English word originates, and it still carries the meaning of an object, concept, or matter of concern. Preparation for a raid involved building or repairing ships, gathering weapons and supplies, and making sacrifices to the gods for good luck. The Vikings would make offerings to their gods such as Odin, Thor, Frey, or Freya. They would sacrifice animals or humans by hanging them from trees or throwing them into water. They believed that this would ensure their success and safety in battle. The journey across the seas was often long and dangerous. The Vikings had to face storms, winds, waves, fog, ice, pirates, and hostile nations. They traveled in groups of ships called flotillas or fleets. They often stopped at islands or coasts to rest, resupply, or scout for potential targets. Viking raiders sometimes encountered friendly or neutral people, such as other Vikings, traders, or allies who would offer them hospitality, information, or assistance. They sometimes faced hostile or resistant people, such as enemies, rivals, or victims who would try to fight them off, escape them, or deceive them. The destination of a raid could be anywhere in Europe or beyond. The Vikings raided places such as monasteries, churches, towns, castles, and farms. The Vikings raided places that were rich, vulnerable, and accessible. They raided places for various reasons such as loot, slaves, land, trade, revenge, or glory. They made their raids successful through surprise, violence, and intimidation. The Vikings would arrive at their target without warning and attack with ferocity and brutality. They would take away anything of value such as gold, silver, jewels, coins, weapons, or people. They would load their ships with their spoils and sail away before anyone could stop them. After a successful raid, the return voyage was often easier than the outward one, as the Vikings had more knowledge and confidence of their route and destination. Once home, the Vikings would divide and distribute their loot and slaves among themselves according to their rank and contribution. The Vikings would tell stories and sing songs about their raids and adventures, celebrating their achievements and honoring their gods and heroes. Viking raids were not just random acts of violence, but part of a complex strategy of expansion and trade that shaped the history and culture of Europe and beyond. From treasures unearthed to ancient Norse sagas yet to be fully translated, the exciting legacy of these bold voyages is still being written. Their spirit of adventure and exploration resonates through the ages and continues to inspire and intrigue us. If you found this video informative, remember to like and subscribe to keep the spirit of discovery alive